Dawn over a silent forest a few hundred miles from the South Pole. It is the end of months of total darkness, and as the sun's rays filter down through the trees, they reveal a cold, harsh world. Here there are polar dinosaurs, adapted to cope with extreme conditions, but even they struggle to stay alive. A few minutes, but it triggers the start of an astonishing story of survival through the polar year. It is the mid-Cretaceous period, and dinosaurs are now more widespread than ever, reaching every part of the globe. But one place is a special challenge: the South Pole. Here, a giant continent made up of South America, Australia, and Antarctica is kept warm by ocean currents that are forced down from the equator to encircle it. Instead of ice caps, there are lush forests. But unlike the unchanging tropical climate elsewhere, Antarctica has seasons, from hot summers under midnight sun to cold winters of total darkness. Magnificent amphibians to extinction, but here the waters get too cold for crocodiles. As spring takes hold and the days grow longer, the forest bursts into life. Many of the plants in these unique conifer and fern forests have specially adapted to lie dormant during the dark of winter, and only with the spring light do they start to photosynthesize again. With the first echo of unfamiliar sounds. The largest of all the summer migrants is coming to the forest. See off this egg thief. By late spring, the tree ferns and conifers are in full flush and have formed a thick canopy, soaking up every bit of sunlight. Many of the nests have now fallen victim to predators, but the clan has ensured that at least the dominant pairs has survived. At this stage, the hatchlings are... It is now full summer and permanently light. The sun will not set for another 5 months. At this time of year, on the banks of the river, an old Matabarosaurus has been brought down, and a male allosaur feeds. Later, under the light of the midnight sun, one of the young... In the time of dinosaurs, Antarctica suffers regular summer thunderstorms that sweep across the polar forest, causing widespread flooding. These floods drive forest creatures together, and this can lead to confrontation. After the rains, the floodwaters quickly subside, and dinosaurs can return. The seasons draw on, and for the first time in 4 months, the sun sets. Autumn has arrived, and the forest prepares for a polar winter. The low light also triggers a change in the forest plants. They stop growing, and photosynthesis grinds to a halt. Some will shed their leaves, others will just lie dormant. And nutritious roots beneath the forest floor. At this time of year, their survival strategy... Towards the end of autumn, the last day passes in a few minutes, and the long twilight begins. Life in the polar forest faces its biggest killer: freezing temperatures. In the winter sky, the southern lights whip and flicker over the silent forest. Even pond water is... There has been no light for 2 months, and another cold snap forces the clan to take drastic action. They have the first hints of salvation. On the horizon, the sun's rays grow stronger, and there is the promise of spring. The forest silence is shattered by an agitating... Away from the poles, the dinosaurs continue to thrive for another 40 million years before extinction. In the final program, we will see how just before the end of their reign, they evolved the most terrifying predator